Good morning and welcome to Angel Hour 2. This is the Wednesday morning new Angel Hour. I will be continuing the Monday at 7 o'clock. I thought it would be nice to do one in the morning for people that can't watch the evening show. So what I'm doing in the Monday night show is a meditation and a healing and clairvoyant messages. For the Wednesday morning, I'm concentrating more on giving messages and readings. I want to talk a little bit about the way that I work so that it helps other people to understand the methods that I'm using. And also I want to talk a little bit about the clairs. And I mean by that the clairvoyance, the clairaudience, the claircognizance, and is that all of them? Clairsentience. Now, clairsentience means clear sensitivity. The word clair is clear in French. So when we talk about clairvoyance, we're talking about clear seeing. And when we talk about clairaudience, we're talking about clear hearing. Claircognizance is when you just instinctively know things with a gut feeling. So I'm working on all those different vibrations. I'm clairsentient, which is where my empathy comes in. I can just feel things, energies in rooms, energies coming from other people, and also energies from the guides and the angels. So that is the clairsentience, and this comes in through all of the chakras, and it can come in overall anywhere into my consciousness. So that's clairsentience. With the clairaudience, mainly that clear hearing comes through the throat chakra. So the clearer that your throat chakra is, the more likely you are to actually directly hear the voice of spirit. And the voice of spirit is like a very faint stream of consciousness, and it's really directed from their mind to yours. And clairvoyance works in the same way, but it's a different vibration. So you might find that one of your chakras is more open than another. If your third eye chakra is very open, you might be seeing more than you're hearing. They do balance up if you continue to work on yourself. I know when I was a child, I was very empathic, clairsentient, and primarily clairaudient. The clairvoyance developed more for me as I grew up. So that's just some of the different categories. And I also remember many years ago when I sat in a development circle for 2 years at Brighton Spiritualist Church. This is about 25 years ago. I was asked to give a message, and the message actually came through my heart chakra. My heart chakra actually opened, and I heard, "Tell her her father's here." This was for the lady sitting opposite me. So that just proves that they can use different chakras sometimes if they really want to get the message through. I was surprised, and I said to the lady sitting opposite me, "They told me to tell you that your father's here." And she said, "Well, thank you, because it's his birthday, and every year he finds a way to make sure to let me know that he's around." Right, so that's just an example. So it's a combination of different ways of getting the information through to you. Before I begin a reading, I always make sure that the energy in the room is clear. So what I did today, before I started, is I used my crystal bowl, and this is a heart chakra bowl. And as I'm using the sound frequency, I'm also asking Archangel Gabriel and the unicorns and all of those that connect with me to come in and clear the energy in my room and hold the light. So I'm very aware as I do that the energy level shifts up. I believe it's very important to have a clear space energetically when you work. Tibetan bells will work just as well. Setting your intention is really important. Spirit world respond to your clear focus, the clarity of your intention. When you focus on something, you are setting your mind to a certain vibration and intention, which can then be matched by the spirit world. Second thing I did was call in my guides, running ball. I called in my angels, and then I began to ask which ascended master energies wanted to connect today. I had Saint Germain and Lorca Toomey and Isis. Well, that doesn't surprise me because, of course, Isis is an aspect of the divine feminine energy and very much a part of the psychic and the magical. So for doing readings, Isis energy is very beautiful. And then I thought I'd have some water to keep me going, and I want to energize the water. And I thought green amethyst there. So that's cleansed, and my intention is that the energy of the green amethyst goes through the water. And what will happen then is it begins to program the water automatically to its energy, which amethyst, of course, is cleansing, and the green amethyst is a very calming energy. It's very balancing. So the two together work very well. Do check that the crystals that you put into water are okay to use in water. Do not put a lapis lazuli in water. Not good. Some of the trace elements can come into the water. So unless you want to kill your husband off or something, don't do that. And don't put malachite into the water. Malachite contains a lot of copper and other trace minerals. Don't put that in water. Or galena, which is lead. Don't want that in your water. What you can Google. And lots are safe. Rose quartz, citrine, amethyst, lots are safe to use. Right, so I'm going to go on to have a look and see who's joined me. Hi Jim, who says he's Claire Blind Faith. Hi Rose. Dennis. Hi Nithasha. Hi Claire. Right, Nithasha Ramnath Gopal. A scar on my forehead. Does this indicate a blockage for clairvoyance? Is it a past life occurrence? Okay, well, you don't say whether the scar occurred in this lifetime. So let's have a look at your energy. So what I'm doing now is I'm setting my intention and thinking about Nithasha, so that my energy goes out and connects with hers. I feel a lot of warmth coming from her energy field. So this is my empathic self, my clairsentience working, and I know that this lady is warm and loving, and I also feel a lovely spiritual energy come back. Right, and what I'm seeing now is a lady with you, Nithasha, and I will get around to answering your question. I want to give you what spirit are giving me first. And I see a lady. Oh, right, okay. So she's an Indian lady and she has a red dot on her forehead and she's wearing like a shawl or a scarf over her head. When she first came in, I didn't know whether she was going to turn out to be on an earthly level, as in a member of your family on the earth plane that's passed over, or a guide. However, I now know that she's definitely a guide. And it's her that has got you to ask about the mark on your forehead. And the reason this is happening is she wanted me to talk about her because she is indicating that she can help you develop your clairvoyance. Right. So I want to say to you that she's also showing me you as a man in a past life, an Indian man, and I know that you were clairvoyant then. So the ability is there with all of us anyway, if we want to work on ourselves and choose to spend time in development. Like anything else in life, it does take some effort, usually. It did for me, but it's worth it. So the answer, your message has gone up the stream of comments here, but the ability to open the clairvoyance for you would be helped by connecting with this lady guide that you have with you. She's not particularly tall. Let me see what else she shows me you with crystals. So I believe that you either already have some or are interested in working with crystals. What is it that you do with your hands? Because she's now showing me you, like with threads of material or something like that, doing something with sewing or something similar with your hands, quite creatively. So she's talking about that. When the guides show me some of the things like this, it normally is them indicating what they've seen when they have been around you on the earth plane. This is them proving that they are with you. I'm also being shown a paper, like a newspaper or a magazine that I believe you will have been reading recently. This lady's been with you while you've been doing that. Right, now she's also talking about, for your development, relaxing and letting go and trusting more. Trusting those signs and knowing that you're on the right path. And then it becomes less of a struggle and the natural side of you, you know, your soul energy, your spirit, all flows very naturally. And it's us at the human end that tend to make it more difficult for the spirit and the soul energy to get through because we either doubt ourselves or we try too hard, or we don't believe we can do it. And it seems sometimes like it's a long way off, but I believe that we are all born with certain things that we can do that are on our life path that we can actually do very well and very naturally if we go with the flow. Now your guide Nithasha is now showing me like pavement slabs outside somewhere that you would have walked along. And she's actually telling me about clearing your space at home. I do feel that clearing the space, so I'm just double checking with her about whether it's the ley lines or not. This is what I'm thinking. So I'm double checking with your guide. No, not so much that. She's showing me piles of material or clothes or something around you at home that needs sorting out. So clearing your space so that you have somewhere set to one side for you to work upright and have a nice crystal there, like a quartz generator point, and make it your focal point for your development. And I am getting a feeling around 6 months for you if you want to work on it regularly. Okay, so I hope that's covered the primary drive of your question there, and I hope that's been helpful. Okay, and for some reason I get a lovely orange colour brought in on a spirit level around you. That sounds funny, doesn't it? A spirit level. Not one of those, I mean from the spirit world. This is a beautiful deep orange. So they're bringing in it's a comforting, the creativity, isn't it? The orange energy as well, the creativity within you. They want you to be using that. So if you are, right, I think this threads back into what I was saying earlier when I had the impression of you making things and being creative with your hands. I think also that's the reflective time for you if you can get into making things. It gives you a focus for your mind. And sometimes when we do something like that, it takes our mind into a different space, relaxes the mind, and the spirit world talk to us at those times. Right, that is all I need to say to you today. So thank you for joining me, and I hope that's been of interest. And I'm going to move on now, Natasha. Oh, hello, Karina. Hello. Right, so Karina says, a family member died recently, and later that day a dark shadow passed before me. Is this their spirit? It's happened in similar circumstances before. How can I tune in more? Right, now it's difficult for me to know whether that was or was not, seeing as it's a past experience, the feeling that I'm now getting from my guide is a yes feeling. Right, so I'll pass that on to you. And how can you tune in more? Right, okay. So declutter is the word that comes to my mind for you. Space out of your usual environment. I feel that you need to go into a garden and sit there and relax. And I really do feel there's a very strong presence of a grandmother with you from the spirit world who has a lot of energy, if you like, a lot of spiritual power, and is guided to be around you and is trying to come through and help you. I tell you what, let me just, I'm trying to lift this crystal ball, which is quite heavy. This is for Karina. Right, so as I look into the crystal ball, I know the first thing I get is you need to go deeper into yourself. And this means leaving behind the things that you do in an ordinary working day life, whatever your routine is. You need time out to tune into the spirit world. Do feel your sensitivity is very strong, and also your empathy. I am getting a feeling of you feeling burdened down to an extent, but happy at the same time. Right, now what I'm seeing is you getting into your car, going down the road, and I believe this is from your house, and braking very sharply. This either means that's about to happen, you're fine, but it's like somebody pulls out across the road in front of you. So either this has just happened and it's confirmation, or it's just about to happen and it will be confirmation as it happens. Another thing I'm seeing in the crystal ball for you is a theatre trip coming up in the future, the near future, planning around that. I wonder if you've been feeling quite tired recently, because I'm feeling that you're quite tired. I do feel that you do a lot. There's a lot going on, and I'm getting an impression of horses and horse riding activities around you. And I feel that's to do with children that may be coming up in the future. I'm seeing horses and bridles and reins. I am going to say that I really feel that spirituality and psychic ability is very strong with you. There is a lot that you can do if you spend the time on it and take time to make sure that you can be calm, be peaceful, and be at one with yourself, nature, the earth, and then tune in. I wonder if there's a part of you that holds back, because there's an element of fear there. Now, I feel that's in your energy field, and that puts a block up. All you need to do with that is make sure that you have Archangel Michael, Archangel Gadriel is another great angel. Archangel Gadriel is called the Wall of Fire. And ask them and your own guides to put the very strong wall of protection around you. It only takes a moment, and what that means is anybody who connects to you from the spirit world is coming through them. They will only allow through those that are good. So always remember to do that. And I do see with oracle cards, I think you can read oracle cards. And well, all right, I'm going to say that I see a daughter around you that can also do oracle cards, and who may have an interest in them too. So that could be quite interesting for you to experiment with, Karina. I'm just getting busy impressions of you moving out of your house during the course of an ordinary day. Handbag, keys, coat, out the door. Backwards and forwards, lots of activity, and not enough time is what I feel with you. And this declutter, just I heard the word again in my head. So I think that will help you, if you can spend an hour or half an hour once a week or something to do that, because I think clearing your space helps clear the energy around you, and I think you'll feel better for it. And I know that this all takes energy, but try and work it into your schedule if you can. I hope this has answered the question for you. Let me see if there's anything else. The grandmother again just is popping in here. And I feel this lady is very in tune with you energetically. Have you been walking somewhere recently and your feet have hurt? This is what I'm picking up. This is what she's telling me. And she's also saying, go easy on yourself. And it doesn't hurt to put your feet up. All right, well, I'm going to leave you with that. I'll take that off there before it over balances. And I hope those things make sense to you and resonate with you, Karina. Hello, Pamela Hanson. Hello, Darren Cantrell. Hello, Christine Connolly. Hello, Man Sparkle. Hi, Karen James. I wanted to go to Pamela Hanson. Right, and I want to pick an angel card for Pamela Hanson and see what I can pick up. Right, so I am working with Doreen Virtue's cards, angel cards here, Pamela. And let's see. Okay. Ooh. Right, let's see. What's that? You know what to do. I'll read the card for you. Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So when an archangel comes up in an angel card, they are suggesting that you connect with this archangel in particular. So Archangel Uriel is your angel of the moment. This can fluctuate, of course, from week to week, even day to day. But for now, in this current moment, Archangel Uriel, who is very much the angel of peace and also the angel of personal power, because Archangel Uriel relates to the solar plexus, which brings in the more assertive energy on a personal level. When we power up the solar plexus, we're talking about the male energy. The male energy is the solar energy, whereas the sun energy is the moon is the feminine, the receptive, the inward going. I feel they're indicating that your solar plexus needs powering up because this is your proactive, your point of personal power, and encourages you to step into your personal power and do things on the earth plane and get things going in the direction that you want them to get going in, because I do have the feeling that that's been quite blocked. I don't feel that you are necessarily moving in the direction yet that you want to with your life. I do feel obstacles in the way. So Archangel Uriel is especially good at helping you to strengthen up, and see adversity and challenges as things to be resolved. They are spiritual tests, of course, and personal growth tests, things to get over. So if you look on them that way and detach from them, don't emotionally engage. That tends to drag you into it and hold you back. When you step back from something and tune in and ask for guidance, you're far more likely to get inspiration and know what the next step is. And great gains can be made from changing your perspective, they're telling me, and working things a different way. So do look out for insights from the angels. If you can go out on your own, detach, go somewhere peaceful and quiet, it's the perfect weather for it, and sit there maybe on the beach or in the forest, wherever, and ask for a higher perspective, a different viewpoint, and some practical ideas, because I do feel this is very much to do with the needs and the wants of other people, and that's quite challenging, and you are allowing them to stop you doing what you want, and you're not fully stepping into your life purpose and your own power. And until you accept that you need to do that for yourself, it's not going to happen, because only you can do it for you. And I know sometimes the challenges and the obstacles are huge, but I also know that they are there for a reason. And I know that you sometimes put other people's needs before your own, but I do think that's going to start changing into more of a balance. There does have to be a balance, a fair balance. I don't feel things have been fair. I do think that you had undue restriction on you. It's got to change. And the more you allow yourself to think of yourself and realize who you are and what you need for your happiness, this doesn't mean that you're being horrible and going against other people, but it's appreciating that you've incarnated for a reason, you have choices, and you have things that you want to do that are really valuable and important for your soul's purpose. And it's not right to allow other people to stop you. That's not correct, and that in itself may be the key factor that might actually be the pivotal thing there that I'm giving you. I think it is, and I think this is something that goes back a long way with you, because I'm hearing the word trauma, and I'm also picking up a past life feeling. So I know that when we come back with things that we perhaps didn't get quite right, I've had it myself from other lifetimes. It creates an obstacle in this lifetime until we do listen and get it right. And when we do, we feel a lot better. So that's the key point for you, Pamela, and I hope that makes sense. And I'm also seeing clairvoyantly a picture of a piece of black obsidian crystal. It's like a pebble, a tumblestone piece of black obsidian, which they're showing me for you to work with at the moment. Also the violet flame, I also see that for you. The violet flame transmutation, call in the violet energy, and that stream of light and consciousness and all those higher beings that work on it, Saint Germain, Archangel Zadkiel, dragons of the violet flame, all of those energies, and the angels that work on the gold, silver, and violet flame, the combination, can help us clear things. If you call them in at the beginning of your day and ask them to go through the whole of the energy of your day, as well as your aura, you will find that you're moving on a higher path through each day, as well as being cleared. And you can ask for other people in your household or workplace. It really helps. But to receive it, like a lot of these things, you have to engage and you have to ask and actively invoke it and ask it to happen. It doesn't happen just for us. We need to take an active part in engaging. I hope that's useful, Pamela. And thank you for joining. I need to move on now and see where else I need to go. Right, okay, so I'm now drawn to Karishma Ramnath, who has written up here, I am struggling letting go of anxiety. I tend to overthink situations and sometimes feel stuck. I would love some guidance, thank you. Right, Karishma Ramnath. The first thing that I pick up on as I read your words when you're talking about overthinking and the anxiety, you know that's based on fear, as all anxiety is, and concern about what might happen. And also with you, I feel very strongly that I'm picking up a fear of what other people might think about you, how they might react to you. So it's almost like you're dodging any possible or disharmonious or awkward situations there. You're very careful not to tread on other people's toes. You want things to be nice, you want people to be happy, and you want things to flow smoothly. And I do feel you're highly sensitive and very aware of other people's mood changes. So I'm seeing clairvoyantly a symbolic pair of feet walking on eggshells, right? Relax. Other people's energy and other people's reactions and projections and judgments are ultimately always going to be what they decide them to be. I don't think you should be so sensitive to other people's energy, because I feel that's making you feel more vulnerable, and it raises your anxiety level. So if you think about it, if your energy field is stronger and you're holding a more decisive feeling about sending out love, yes, and harmonious, but also a boundary where you're clearly saying to other people, this is how I feel and this is how I am, so that they respect your energy too. You will find that other people react positively when you hold an energy that's good for the right reasons and you hold it strongly. It's not a problem, and it actually sets an example. So again, I do feel this is a bit more about stepping into your power, and I just feel as I continue talking that you're a lovely person, and I think you've always felt quite vulnerable since you were a child to other people's energies, and you take them on board, and I think your anxiety is not something new there. So it's again stepping into your own energy and your own power to move forward. Otherwise, you're always going to be pivotal, really, and blown around by other people's energies, and not fully living your own life and claiming your own power. And I'm also going to shuffle the cards and pick a card for you. So again, I'm working with Doreen Virtue's Archangel cards deck here. So let's see. Okay, need to go there. And what have we got there? Passion. Right, I'm going to read the card. Archangel Haniel. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. I'm going to take the words out of that. I don't feel that that's part of the message. What I do feel is the message is about Archangel Haniel. Archangel Haniel very much connects to the feminine energy. She connects to the moon energy. She connects to intuition. And she connects to those of us that need to balance and calm our emotional feelings and our emotional self. So the layer of our energy field that relates to our emotions. Yeah, so you've got your physical body, your etheric body, which is half an inch to, or a quarter to half an inch around your physical body. Looks like a very light grey blue, and that's the divine blueprint for your physical body. So physical, etheric, and then the emotional body, which is full of your emotions, and everything you feel resonates with different colours. If you're feeling a lot of different things and anxiety, your emotional body is going to be all over the place. So when the layer, which can be maybe 6 to 10 inches, the next layer of your aura, your emotional body, is full of bubbling energies, and it's very sensitive, and other people are causing emotional reactions from you because you're feeling things so strongly. Your emotional body stops being clear and running smoothly and flowing easily when it gets very congested. I'm not saying that yours is hugely congested, I'm just talking in general terms here. When it gets very congested and we hold emotions, that is when it causes a block in the chakra. So you've got lots of different vortexes in the chakras, sometimes called petals. When we hold an emotion and we don't let it flow through us, we don't process it, or we don't let it go, we hold it, it causes a block, which becomes denser energy. All of these lower our vibration and don't go away. And then we get the same thing happen again, and we get another layer to the block, so the block grows bigger when we don't hear the messages from the universe that are coming into our life through other people and our own emotions. When we don't get it, we have it given, presented, brought into our life a second time, a third time, a fourth time, and so on until we do. And that's how karma is created, basically. So going back to you, I would ask Archangel Haniel, as she is the angel that works with the moon cycles, which very much flows with the emotions, to come in and balance and calm your emotions and strengthen you so that you're more resilient. For example, if you ask her to calm you, soothe you, and bring in your clear intention to remain happy throughout the day, you hold that feeling emotionally. She will help you calm and happiness. Other lower vibrations then start to bounce off you from other people's energy fields because you're holding your own space, your own light, your own power. So soup it on up with Archangel Haniel. She's a great angel, absolutely beautiful to work with. And the crystal to work with Archangel Haniel is, of course, moonstone, as she is the angel of the moon. Moonstone's very calming and comes in lots of lovely colours, pinks, yellows. You can even get beautiful, smoky, dark, soothing moonstones, like the dark side of the moon, if you like, or the potential that's held in what's not yet birthed from the divine feminine. So moonstone would be very good for you. Moonstone necklace, moonstone tumblestones, moonstone bracelet. Make sure you keep it cleansed, maybe once a week. Run it under the tap and ask Archangel Haniel to cleanse it, or put it out in the garden if you can, or in the sunlight for a couple of hours. And that's going to help you a lot, I believe. All right, so I hope that's helpful. And hi, Tracy. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Claire. Clara, not Claire. Right, Clara. Probably I mispronounced your name and came back to it because they would like me to come to you. So let's see then. Clara Hutchinson. Hello, Jacqueline. Happy to see this, as I normally miss the evening one. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining. Really nice to have your energy connecting in with me. And I want to go to a unicorn card for you. This is for Clara Hutchinson. Right then, so the deck is one of my favourites at the moment, the Oracle of the Unicorns, and such an elegant name, Cordelia Francesca Brabs. So this card is for you. Let's just have a little shuffle. They're quite big cards. If you do shuffle and one falls out of the deck, leaps out at you, that's probably the card for you. That's when you're shuffling. So let's have a little look then for Clara. Right. Beautiful. Goddess. You hold that up, trying to get a bit more light on it. I'm not sure whether you can read that, so I'll read it for you. Goddess, honor your divine feminine energy. See your inner beauty and love every part of you. Clara. As I was shuffling those cards, I heard in my ear the word animosity. I don't feel that you're producing or projecting animosity towards anybody else, but I do feel that you can hold animosity towards yourself. It's like a self-criticism. I know that we all do it, but I also know that the less we can do it, and train ourselves to stop doing that, the more helpful it is, because that will drop the vibration and spoil our happiness. You know, if part of us is being judgmental and critical to ourselves. You know, I sometimes wish I could see people. I've got to find out how I can get a box come up, which I've seen other readers do, where I can get somebody's face, because it's so much easier if I can see the face and hear the voice, and I get your vibration. So that's the next thing I've got in mind after today. But Clara, let me see whether I can find your vibration. Right, yeah. I'm drawn back into that feeling of a little bit of sadness resonant in your energy field that could do with clearing. I also feel your energy field is a big energy field, and it's bubbling with lots of spirituality, right? So there's a lot available to you. Don't be so hard on yourself. I do feel like picking another card for you. I feel like I want to say something else, Clara. Right, so I'm reverting to Doreen Virtues now. This is for Clara. Right, let's see what we've got. Well, this is the Angel of Love, which relates to self-love, Archangel Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel holds all the healing energies on a love vibration. We're talking about self-love, self-care, self-healing, letting go of past emotional wounds and self-criticism, this kind of thing. Archangel Chamuel will definitely help you there, as will rose quartz, which is the perfect crystal. Rose quartz, of course, is a condensed energy. Come into the material plane, a condensed energy of love. Literally, that's why it's pink. So if you hold that, especially first thing in the morning, right, you'll feel a shift in your energy. Ask Archangel Chamuel to hold you in his energy all day. Work with rose quartz if you can. It will help you. I really do feel this need for you to now move on to the next level, the next stage of your life, and awaken more. That's quite important. And I'm still with you, and I want to go to past life cards, Clara, for you. So I've chosen to work with Doreen Virtues cards again, past life cards. And let's see for Clara, let's see what is pertinent here. Oh, upside down. Unrequited love. So we very much are on this love theme, very much. There's something you do need to let go of, which has held you back in a past life, right? And I do feel it's a romantic love rather than a mother to child type of love, or vice versa. It's a romantic love. I'm feeling very strongly as I go with the link, the stream of consciousness that the spirit world are giving me. They're allowing me to see into what looks very much like ancient Greece, and I'm seeing you as a man with a woman, and I do know that she's leaving you, okay? And I know that you've got this lovely long dark curly hair. We're going back quite a few hundred years for this, about 1,000 years, I believe. Right, these things that have affected the soul in one life until they're resolved, and that can be worked on between lives. It's not always everything done in incarnation, of course, but I do feel on this occasion that there is this residual letting go, that where you had your heart broken in that life, I feel that it was not resolved. So I wouldn't be at all surprised to find out that you would tell me you've had a similar circumstance happen to you in this lifetime at some point. Because normally that's the case when I do a past life reading. It's bringing up the cyclical experience of the karma. So do some past life karmic release. On my YouTube channel, there is a meditation that you might want to work with to release past life karma if you feel drawn to doing that. So I hope that's been of value to you and given you some insights, Clara. Right, okay, I need to move on now. Also, before I do that, I've just I had a hello from family in the spirit world, and this is grandfather, grandmother energy for you. Right, okay. To go any further with those kind of things really requires a whole reading, not just part of Angel Hour, but sometimes, the little snippet readings I do help people trigger things and move on. So I do feel guided to do it this way as well. Right, so moving on now. Oh, thank you for your feedback, Clara Hutchinson, who says everything is spot on. Thank you so much. Well, my pleasure, absolutely is my pleasure. I'm really glad and really grateful to be able to pass the messages on. Thank you for the feedback. Hi, Samantha Davis. Hi, Meredith Joyce. Hi, Casey Lee Hutchins. Yeah, Samantha Davis, who likes moonstone. It's beautiful, isn't it? Samantha has given me a little picture of a unicorn, which makes me feel inclined to reach for my unicorn cards. Not that deck though. I am going over here to my other unicorn deck that I like to work with, which are Drawing Virtues. So where are you? Samantha Davis. Let's see what I can get for you. I do feel your energy is bright. I get a nice light, like a sparkly, a cheerful feeling as I look at your name there. Right, so Samantha. Unicorn card for Samantha is one step at a time. And I think this relates to your spiritual work. There's lots of busyness, and I do feel there's a connection with the fairy energy all around you. Let me see what the card says. The card reads, lots of little steps make big dreams come true. And what I'm feeling with that is you've got lots of ideas, lots of things inspire you, there's lots of enthusiasm, lots of things that you want to do, and you're very good at first steps. Taking things to the next stage can sometimes be your downfall temporarily, because you can be distracted, because everything is so lovely and so interesting. Spiritually, you really get it. You really get this such a lot. There's a little light with you, and there's angels with you already. I'm aware of angels around you. So I think you've got fingers in lots of different pies, and I think you have for quite some time. So because this card has come up, I think that they're now saying to you, make some choices about which areas appeal to you the most, and work with those and start to build something solid so that it can go into manifest in the material world in a more solid way. okay, so that it manifests. You can have all these gorgeous ideas and they're all working really well on the spiritual side of us, in our inspiration, and everything we want to create can be all ready to go, but it will not take form and shape in the physical world unless we bring it down, anchor it, and start doing things in the physical realms, of course. And then when we've grounded our desires and our projects, we then attract the same vibration towards us in the material world. I know that makes sense to you, because I do feel that you're very alert spiritually, pretty awake, and I really get such a lot of activity of all these little fairy lights around you. And as you know, fairies are very creative. They're nature spirits. They look after the planet and the earth. They have lots of ideas. They're just another stream of the beautiful spiritual consciousness surrounding the earth that we can connect to. And they will bring you lots more ideas. I think they like your crystals as well, actually. I get this fairies and crystals feeling very strongly with you. Would you consider making a fairy crystal grid to anchor that energy in your home? Because they're showing me them flying around crystals, and I'm just feeling that would be beautiful and you would be very good at it. Right. I hope that's made sense to you. The moon, the moon, the moon. Right. I know you said about moonstone, but just before I leave you, I am seeing a full moon, and I'm also aware of goddess energy connecting with you. That's another vibration that seems to me to be very in tune with the flow of how your energy field is, and very nurturing, very strengthening. So I feel goddess energies, fairies and crystal energies are really strong with you. And is there anything else I need to tell you? Come on, my guys. Is there something? No, I don't think so. I think that's our snippet for you done there. So I hope that resonated with you and made some sense. Okay, so okay, you've come back here and said you were working on choices yesterday. Great. Thank you for the confirmation. This is what this is all about, the flow coming from the spirit world through me to people. Alan says, I think you bought yourself a new dress. Well, I didn't. It's a very old dress, but it's one I like. Another one of my eBay specials. Right, Venipatha, love your beautiful angelic energy. Well, thank you. To recognize that energy, you must also be on the similar vibration. So that's lovely. What we see in other people, good, bad, and indifferent, is because we're recognizing a part of us. Absolutely, and I have to always bear that in mind myself. You know. When things bother me and affect me, I do recognize that as something coming into me to show me where I've got the block. And it's not always conscious. Sometimes, we can see something where somebody's behaving dreadfully and think to ourselves, my goodness, I'm nothing like that. But when we look deeper, we can come up with a past life block. So everything does provide for us. Ultimately, the universe is encouraging us all of the time to move forward. Even what seems bad can be turned into positives if you understand that everything is there for a reason. There are no exceptions, nothing's random. It's all very finely orchestrated. And if you think about the thousands of vibrations that are making up your energy field, I mean, literally thousands, hundreds of different feelings and vibrations through your heart, same through your mind. You have an exceptionally busy energy field, attracting everything on the same vibration towards you into your life. And that's not to mention the family DNA energy that you will have inherited, along with your eyesight color, your skin color, and then your personal karma and the collective karma. I mean, the fabric, the tapestry of your energy field is complicated, and the design is beyond intricate. So yeah, let's move on. Anna Sherman, hello. Karen Griffiths, hello. Hi, Robert Poole. Samantha, right. Samantha Davis, I just want to quickly talk about the fairy grid then, because I did mention the fairies were encouraging you to make one. I saw tumblestones, some rough and some not smooth pieces. Fairy quartz, of course, is always a great crystal. Clear quartz, and you hold it when it's cleansed, and you ask the fairies with you to anchor their energy into these crystals. I would set them out in a star shape and have one in the middle, and you might have some fairy sprinkles or a candle in the middle. Remember, it's your intention, and they will draw you to exactly the right crystals. And you might also be drawn to adding pieces of natural stone, because there are stones that you can find that are called fairy stones naturally in the earth that have very specific. I've got one. It's small and it's got two round stones on either end with a stone in the middle, very definitely a fairy stone. So you might find some in nature, and include things in nature like flowers into the grid. They hold an energy and a vibration, and you'll know how it harmonizes. It's intention, select the materials, anchor the energies by asking the higher beings with all crystal grids that you make. So I hope that makes sense to you in a nutshell. Where was I? Hi Meredith, hi Debbie. Oh, right, okay. Debbie Lester, who says, hello, I'm in the woods with the fairies, tree hugging, perfect place to listen to the calming voice. Please send healing to my partner who is fighting cancer. Right, so if everybody watching has the inclination for a moment, for this pool of energy that we have created between us here, along with all of our guides, all of the angels and higher beings, to for a moment just send some healing energy. It will be a lot of healing energy because there's a big group of us going out. I'm focusing on it, and I'm asking all of those angels and higher beings with me. Well, I'm seeing rainbow colours and the flow of healing energy going out. They know exactly where to take it. Okay, so I'm hearing the word done. The energy moves very fast, very quickly, especially when it's powerful, where there's a lot of people. And I also know that some of the angels will continue to be with that person. So everybody who has also asked for that to happen with me, thank you. I know that the spirit world, as well as the humans, the spirit world appreciate the opportunity to do some work. And they do that by engaging and responding to us and helping us. They grow as well. They're not static. Everything in the universe is vibrating and moving and evolving. Angels evolve, archangels grow. I have seen them talking to each other, sharing information, and I know that they expand and become bigger. Everything is on a path of evolving, and like us, when they use their abilities and skills and we give them an opportunity to, by using divine law, which says we have to ask, we are opening the door for them to call in the light that they're connected to. It doesn't all come just from them. They're connected to those who are above them, all the way right back up to source. We are triggering a momentum that helps everybody evolve, from us little humans all the way up. So, it's a lovely thing to do. Mary Adams is sending healing light, thank you. Oh, Meredith has got goosebumps. And so is Alania. Oh, everybody, thank you so much for responding. All right, Debbie. Okay, Brooke Benton. Okay, well, I think I've gone over an hour. The intention was for an hour, but I feel that this is good and we're doing some good work. I really like the collective energy going out to one person, and I think I'll do this again, one person who's watching the show next Wednesday, to receive the pool of energy, which means that every time somebody watching will receive a huge boost of love and light and healing. That is going to be my intention as part of next Wednesday morning's Angel Hour 2. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye for now.